In today's video, we are going to attempt to make this no-sew journal. I made this yesterday for my practice for today's video. So this doesn't involve any needle or thread. This is just paper and glue. So it is neat and it is sturdy. You can make this for the fun of it. You can make this with your family, with your friends. You could also sell this at craft fairs. You could teach this if you're an art teacher or if you love arts and craft. Also, this is an excellent way to preserve your memories. So, junk journaling for a lot of people is an expressive outlet. So, we're going to be attempting to make this junk journal today. Now let's look at the spine. It is neat and it is sturdy enough. That's what the pages look like. Now let's look at what we need to get started. So we need some papers. I'll be using old magazine pages. We need stock, not card. So this is 160 GSM. I used the normal photocopy paper yesterday and it worked. If you intend to sell this journal or to gift it to someone, you want to use something as sturdy as this for the hinges. So we'll need paper like this. I'll be using this colorful one for my back cover, for the cover of our simple notebook, our no-sew notebook or no-sew junk journal if you like. Old magazine pages, some old cut out, some magazine cover, some menu, and any paper I can find at home. Now to get started, take your stock paper. This is our stock paper, and we're going to cut them down into 1 inches, 2 centimeters each. So 2, 4, 6. This is the paper we just cut. You want to fold into half, into 2 to create your hinges. So that's our hinge, and that's how we're going to be joining our book pages. Now I'm going to quickly trim this one so it's almost the same. You don't have to trim it, but I prefer it smaller. I think it will come out better. That's the hinge. I have made other hinges ready for this video. This is what each of my papers look like. I've folded them already. And I can get another white one there. And the red and there. A dark color, greenish looking one. I've got the greenish looking one, so I have that. I can put this over there. Glue stick or glue, just in case sometimes my glue stick fails, so I like to have a backup. So, and take one of my pages like that, place it over there, okay, and here is one of my hinges. So we need our hinges to be perfect, same size with our paper. Glue, take your hinge. Let's zoom in so we can see. I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to be applying it to one side. So just the one side. So glue on the one side, remember. Now this is my paper again, and here is my spine. I'm just going to take the sticky part, place it down here, side by side with my paper. So that's the first step done. We're just going to leave it to dry while we get ready for the other one. So this is our next paper and we want it to go in like that. So we're going to apply a little bit of glue on this other side. I like to put something down here before I apply glue on this side. So protect the paper under, not too much, just enough. And I'm going to top it up with a little bit of my glue, my PVA glue, just to make sure it is sticking properly, especially if you're giving this as a gift to someone. You don't want it all falling apart. Even though the one I made yesterday was okay, just with the glue stick, but you want to be safe. So take the other paper and we're gonna lay it down here as well, okay? So try your best for everything to align. So we're starting from this side. Make sure it is close to perfection before you press down. Okay. We already have 2 pages together. We have 1, 2 already. So that's what we have just now. This is a second hinge. Let's do it again. We're going to apply our glue to just one side. So top it with a little bit of my PVA glue, just in case, not a lot, just a little. Turn on the light so I can see. So I put a little bit of the PVA. And we're going to take that side with the glue. And again, we're going to stick it down. So I'm going to start from one side just to make sure it's perfect. Start from the one side and work my way to the other end of the paper. So move things about if you need to. I need to put my protective paper on, and just like we did earlier, we're going to go on with some glue on this one. So glue stick, I'm going to top it up with a little bit of my PVA, just a little. We're going to line it up with this one. I'm going to start from the side over here, put this down, put that down. So 3 pages together. So this is our next page, and we're going to carefully stick that on. Okay, so starting from one side, this side, I'm going to make sure it's perfect, then gently work my way to the other side and make sure it is aligning and one of them is not. That's one of the reasons why I put my glue on, so I can move it about before it dries. But with the glue stick, a lot of times once I place it, it's difficult to move it about. So that's that one done. Now I'm going to follow it with some liquid glue. Fully land it over here. So move it about until it's almost perfect. That's not long enough, but that's okay. So take your protective paper, put it here just to protect this one. We're going to put some more glue on this one. Okay, now we're going to take our next page. I'm working my way from the left side. I'm going to carefully place that down over here. Okay, I've put a couple of them together, and take a hinge with glue on it and stick it down. Remember, work your way from the left side up to the other side, or you can start from the right side if you like, but I just like to work my way from one side so that even if anything is wrong, protective stuff here again. Quickly, a bit of my PVA glue. Make it even more sticky. White one. Okay, push if you need to make sure they are the same. And from the left side down, it's been moved out. Again, put in my protective stuff. Like that. So walk away from the left over here, stick that down, and make sure it's aligning. So push it if you need to quickly before it dries, because if it dries light, so I need to hurry up so it doesn't become something else. So it's exactly what I want it to be. And now that's one. Okay, from the left side. Okay, we're just going to let it dry for a bit. We have glued down our pages and they are dried, and it is time to put our cover page on. So this is what our notebook looks like at the moment, and we're going to quickly stick on the cover. So that's our spine, and it's dried. I've let it sit for about 1 hour, and I'm going to put my covers on. So my cover is nothing serious, just a collage that I did, and that's the front of my journal, the same way we did it earlier. Grab one of your hinges, secure your hinge, if possible from the left side down. Now let's quickly put a protective bit on here before we glue down our cover. So if you have double-sided tape, you can use, but I'm not using any double-sided tape in this video for the sake of people that don't have any. So we're still using our glue stick. So apply a generous amount. And now I'm going to top it up with some of my, it's just a white glue. I think it's called PVA glue. A little bit of my glue, just to support our cover. This is my cover. That's the inside cover, and that's the outside. So I'm just going to take the spine of my cover and match it with the topmost one, just like we did for every other one. So, and that's our cover on just now. It's the same process for our back cover. Now I'm going to take one of the papers with my glue already on it, and we're going to do the same thing. Carefully place it here. I'm not pressing a lot because of my front cover is not quite dried. I don't want to move things about, so I'm doing this. I'm going to place a protective stuff here, just for so that my glue does not seep onto the page. Again, then I'm going to take some, support it with more glue. We don't want it overflowing, but we want sturdy covers. And now I'm going to come in with my cover, and that's my cover, and that's how I want it to be. So it still looks long, but that's fine because it covers some of the long sheets. So And that's my cover on. Let's quickly check out our hinge while the covers are drying up. This is what we've got. How neat is that? I know it's not perfect, but it's close to perfection. So what to look out for when you're making your own: if you want them to be equal, make sure you cut them the same sizes. I like it a little bit rough, so you see they are not the same size, but it still looks neat. So let's have a look at our front cover. I've let our journal dry for some minutes, and this is our finished product. So I've not started decorating my pages yet. That's my cover, inside cover, my first page. So there's nothing much to show until I've done the decoration, but I can show you how good our binding was. Okay, so looks good so far, looks good. And when it's properly dried, we can come in with some washi tapes. So we have that bookmark. Okay, decorate once it's dried. Don't worry, you have some what we've got. Book pages from. Just let your imagination run wild. It's a junk journal, so you can put anything you want in your junk journal. I've got my cover page over here, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the look generally. So this is what our journal looks like.